Very important right now for you to take 1 second and hit that like button. Help push us through the YouTube algorithm. And then it's also equally as important to pound on that bell notification, hit that bell notification and click all. That way you stay up to date on all my latest videos as the inflationary depression that I've been warning about. Opinions, because I am not a financial advisor. This is just my overall thesis of the market, right? And as we get into it now, you can see the XRP price is now sitting.
Tons of gold crypto investing, and I'm traveling today. I was supposed to yesterday, but plans changed. But you can see the beautiful fall colors that are starting to erupt here as we approach the mid part of the fall season in mid-October. If you can believe that already, as wintertime is fastly approaching in the Great Lakes and Midwest as we travel back to the greater Bloomington metropolitan area in central Illinois today. But it's only a brief trip, as in about 14 days I will be coming home to the great state of Michigan to do a job in Romeo and put those fine people out of business, unfortunately, as Ford is shipping that production to Cleveland, and we're there like the Grim Reaper to put a bunch of people on the unemployment line, unfortunately, so they're not going to be happy to see us. But that will be another time and another day in the future, in a couple of weeks, as I come home semi-permanently for a couple of months, which will be nice as we get into the winter time and it snows a lot more in the great state of Michigan than it does in central Illinois. But as I try to give you some technical analysis, I needed you to hit that like button and the bell notification and subscribe, which is very important to get all your latest breaking news and coin updates. But I seem to be having some technical problems with my intranet signal as I travel through southwest Michigan. But you can see the XRP price in the 4-hour time frame hasn't changed. I don't like that one. Hasn't changed in a couple of weeks now. We're still sitting in the same area that we were yesterday, last weekend, and the weekend before. And the weekend before, we got rejected up here at the 56 cents when we had our nice push up from down there at that 37 cents. What used to be major upper resistance has now flipped and trying to become major support, right? So we're in the same area as we were from when we came back up from that level, right? From down there when we finally breached it and had this big pump up right here. Then we got rejected right here in a nice consolidation for a couple of days. Then we came all the way down to the 100-day moving average. Then we came back up and got harshly rejected on a wick again by that major light blue trading box, which is major resistance from the 50 cents all the way up to the 68 cents. In that range is a major sell area, a major area of resistance that the price would have to trade through and would take repeated attempts to try to do so to knock down the wall of sellers. And you can see it got harshly rejected by the 50 cents and hit it almost perfectly. Came back down to an uptrending 100-day moving average of blue, came back up and consolidated a couple of red candles, and then it pumped through, started to stagnate, briefly held support right here, then had another little wick up, and then we had a big flush. Doesn't look like a big flush, but it's like a 5-6% flush from up here to down here, and it puts you below this 50 cents, which is critical, just on top of the 100-day, just below the 50-day in red, just above the 100-day in blue, and just below the 50.5-cent major upper resistance, right? And as long as you're below that, the price is going to want to trade down here. And if we do get a big confirmed rejection off of here, 37 cents is in the shorter time frame, the micro time frame, where the price is likely to head to retest major lower support, right? And that would be the area that it has to hold if it wants to make another run back up here, if it indeed did get rejected and come back down here. Because if you broke the 37 cents, you would be looking at the major volume indicator trading zone, where when you're coming at it from above, you get supported like you did back here. But that's between 29 and 32 cents, and that's your last area of support before you hit that end of the summer end of the year 2022 target of 18 to 20 cents that was made last year, about October-ish, so it's been about a full year now. And that's what we're watching out for, as you have a 68 cent major upper resistance on any kind of crazy pump that is not forecasted, but is slightly possible. The longer you wait up here, if you can make a run to the upside. But the longer you stay stagnated, getting rejected by this 50-ish cent level or the blue trading zone, the more likely it is as the volume continues, as you see it peaked out here in that wave, and it's been steadily declining as the price has been going sideways. That leads me to believe that eventually this price is going to come down to 37 cents, and that is exactly what I'm watching for in the shorter time frame. The same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's in the same area too. It's in the same trading area that it's been in, just like XRP, for several days now, actually a couple of weeks, as you've been getting supported and resisted on this local double bottom from the Great June flush. You wick down to about $17,569, and then you've had several you've had several support levels sitting on top of that blue support zone between $18,869 and $19,669. You've had repeated support and repeated resistance support level right there, and that's a major area, and that's where we've been. And the price, just like XRP, has been stagnant, and each day and every day seems like just a repeat and lazy technical analysis, because the 200-day downtrending has been on any pump. You had the big pump, the big short squeeze right here where there were a lot of shorts in early September that pumped the price up, but then we had that up grinding small consolidation with the flagpole, with the price action and the candlestick, with the falling and steadily decreasing volume. Told you the price is going to roll over, and it's been now in the same area at $19,299.31, with a descending and flattening 200, 150 in green, blue, and red respectively from top to bottom, and the price has been chilling here. Every time it pumps up a little bit, it gets rejected by the moving averages, and then it gets supported right into the 18,600-ish to $19,299 range. And if it wants to get bullish, you got to get above the 200-day. You got to stay above this 19,200 level to try to make a run up here to major upper resistance at 24,837.74. And then we have a major area that starts in red up there at 29,000 on any kind of crazy pump that I'm not forecasting right now. But if we do breach this 19.2, as we do know, the same thing we've been talking about for several days, we would come straight down to that $16,658.11. And then if that didn't hold, we would come down to that major underneath target that we have if we just point our little pointer tool down there at our $13,336 Bitcoin price target was made when the Bitcoin price in 2021 was at 63,336 and rising, right? So that's what we're looking at in the XRP and the Bitcoin price right now. We'll give you some more updates here a little bit later on as we continue to travel across the upper Midwest and Great Lakes region. Peace and love. Let's look at some more beautiful fall colors and fall foliage to my beautiful subscribers. Look at these nice reds and purples, right, that are starting to show up in the fall season. But in a couple of weeks, unfortunately, as it's windy today, 3 weeks from now, these beautiful leaves will all be taken out. Peace and love to my future current audience.